With the recent passing of Gaston Glock, we wanted to do a tribute and tell you at least 3 reasons why you should get a Glock today. Now you say something.
Something.
No, you're such a tool. Right here's a Glock 19. This is the first one I ever bought. This is the first, I think, real handgun I ever bought. This is the one. And you've got a 43X, or no, you've got a 19 as well.
No, I've got a 19. This is the first pistol that I ever owned. When I turned 21 years old, my dad had bought back in the 80s, he bought a Glock 17 and a Glock 19. So two first Glocks to hit the American shores, right, in the 80s. They're Gen 2s, the 17 and the 19. The 17 still in the family, and he gave me this when I turned 21. I had a choice between a SIG 226 and the Glock 19.
Wow.
I took the Glock.
I bet I have 15,000 rounds through this. I have an amazing amount of rounds through this. I retired it, but I didn't need to. Yeah, I had to replace a barrel, I think, once because it just got so shot out. Things break down, but this gun, she still shoots just fine.
Still runs.
So that's amazing. And so reason number 1 to own a Glock is these things just do not break down very easily. They last an incredibly long time. Despite being a collection of metal and polymer parts, I am amazed at how well they hold up compared to other pistols.
Yeah, there's only a few things that you have to replace kind of routinely if you're shooting it all the time. And you know, the fact is most people do not put that many rounds through their guns. But there's only a couple of things on these that will wear out. But other than that, like you said, you've got a, I think that's a Gen 3 G19, a little work done on it. And this one's a Gen 2 Glock 19, still runs.
Even when I feed it really crappy ammo, it seems to just still run. So long lasting, reliable, it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Glock reliability.
Definitely a reason why everyone should own a Glock. I gave 1.5 reasons why. Why should everyone own a Glock?
Because they're universal. I mean, just just like the AR platform, finding parts, replacement parts, things like that, supply chain logistics. This is the Glock is the most widely issued service pistol on the planet.
Yeah.
Right. There are more law enforcement agencies, more military units carry Glock than any other pistol out there.
A third reason everyone should own a Glock is whenever a company makes accessories for something, they always first make it for the Glock. Slide stop levers, buttons, mag wells, sights, optics, triggers. Anyone that's building accessories first goes to the most popular handgun in the United States, the Glock.
You know, Glocks are kind of like the Jeep Wrangler of the gun world.
Are you deciding this for the first time? This seems unrehearsed.
No, it is unrehearsed. I'm just saying that, like, I'm thinking like of a vehicle that you can do a ton of stuff with,
You
right?
put the top down, look at that.
Aftermarket.
Open top, watch this. Suspension lift. So when you pick up a Glock, it's absolutely easy to find all the accessories that you're going to want for it.
So I think affordability is a big reason to own a Glock. For the value, this is the best gun out there in my opinion, right? To get everything that you want in a defensive handgun. Not everybody has a ton of money to spend on guns, right? And if I'm a first-time gun owner, I want to have a pistol for home defense or everyday carry. This is the best value out there in my opinion, right? And it's affordable. It's something, if I'm only going to buy one gun, one handgun, this is what I'm going to go with personally.
So I don't carry a Glock, but I recommend to this day that people buy them. Typically, I'm carrying an MR920 or a smaller CR920 on me for EDC. However, it is more expensive. So when you throw the optic on there and you've got all these bells and whistles and changes, the stuff I like, and so when somebody's a little bit more serious and they want to start trading stuff out, you're better off to go with what I've got now. But somebody entering in and getting their first gun, I take them to a 43X or a Glock 19. Those are my recommendations. So still to this day, even though I'm not carrying a Glock, I recommend Glock all the time.
You know, you just brought up a good point. Our Shadow Systems partners, great pistols, but some of the most, matter of fact, the most widely used, distributed, manufactured duty guns out there, to include Shadow Systems, are basically Glock clones. These were kind of based off of the operating system. Everything is based off the striker-fired pistol that Gaston Glock created. So I think it says something that the Glock was kind of the original. They were kind of like the Gen 1, the N1, and everybody else branched and expanded off that. So all your Springfield, your SIG striker-fired pistols, HK, everybody took the striker-fired system from a Glock and basically developed their own gun around that operating system. So I think that says something, that people have taken that.
I think Glock revolutionized the world of pistols for sure, forever. Another reason you should get a Glock is to tick off people who really like SIG. You get a Glock because it irritates them, and in your heart you'll know that's pretty funny.
You know, another good reason to own a Glock.
But not better than that reason, right?
No, I've got a better reason, because these are actually porcelain, and you can get them through metal detectors.
It's completely not true.
Have you seen? It was in Die Hard 2.
That punk pulled a Glock 7 on me. You know what that is? It's a porcelain gun made in Germany. Doesn't show up on your airport x-ray machines. They're gonna cost more than you make in a month.
You'd be surprised what I make in a month.
One of the best things about Glocks is because of the simplicity of the system. You take an 8-hour armor course, and down to the user level, you can teach the lowest IQ private how to disassemble this thing at an armor level, clean it up, replace parts, and put it back together. I think that's a really important thing. Makes it very easy as an operator to also function as your own armor. So I think that's a big deal to me.
A final reason to get a Glock. I have a cow mooing in the background because I sold her baby at auction yesterday. So she is ticked. Sorry.
Are you though?
I got a farm, bro. I would be mad too, but her destiny is cheeseburger. A final reason to own a Glock is to tick off Big Brother, who really doesn't like guns in general, who will one day make it very difficult or impossible to be able to get said firearms. So anyway, that's it, guys. Lots of reasons why you should get a Glock. Thanks so much for tuning in. Make sure you like, subscribe, share, join us in our classes. Paul and I are about to kick off and do some training classes here in Georgia. Next week, we're training all the time. Visit our website, come train with us. We really appreciate it. And to Gaston Glock, I feel like we should just go ahead and do the most boot thing ever. Party on, bro. See you guys.
All right, one last thing. What was it Tommy Lee Jones said to Robert Downey Jr. in U.S. Marshals? He said, "Get rid of that nickel-plated sissy pistol and get yourself a Glock."
If it's good enough for the grumpy Tommy Lee Jones, it's good enough for you too, you know? That's great. I'm putting this together now. Gaston Glock. Gaston was the bad guy in Beauty and the Beast, and I thought he was a dope character, and that right there could be reason number one you should buy a Glock.